Hello and welcome to the Flicksters. That's correct. You are at the place where you will get all the movie reviews and TV updates you could ever want in your life. Yes, you can listen to our podcast on Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, Castbox, and Anchor. And make sure you follow us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. We will see you there.
I always start cracking up, man, when we do this. Devat, how are you, man? It's been a week since I've seen you.
Doesn't time fly, yeah? It has been a week. How are you doing, huh?
I'm all right, mate.
Your hair's grown since I last saw you. You look a bit different. What's going on? Tough week?
Yeah, you know what? Week? Tell me about it, man. All these films that we've been watching and reviewing.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. No, but seriously, how you been? You all right?
Good, yeah. I'm good, thanks. Yeah.
What you been watching on TV?
Been watching a bit of this and a bit of that.
Okay, let me tell you, actually, let me mention one thing that I have been watching.
Oh, yeah?
Is Ozark.
Oh, yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, season 1. Yeah.
Yeah, so I've been watching Ozark. I'm in like 3 or 4 episodes into that one. But also watching a TV show called This Is Us.
Oh, yeah. It's got Peter Petrelli in it. Yeah. From Heroes.
From Heroes.
And Sterling K. What's his name?
Sterling K. Brown.
Yeah, he's in it.
He's going to be coming up in the new Predator film.
Yes. Yeah.
I tell you what, it's really good show. It is.
Okay.
How can I put it? It makes you think about life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes you think about us.
It makes you think about us. No, seriously, it's really it's a thought-provoking show.
Okay.
And the acting in there is like really, really good. But Peter Petrelli, man, who'd have thought that this guy would have this performance in him? He's brilliant in this show.
Is he? Yeah.
Yeah, he's really good. But then whilst I've been watching this, I've been thinking, why hasn't there been another
Heroes?
No, it's
done.
What happened?
They brought it back, and it wasn't as good. A couple of years ago, and it wasn't as good.
You know what? I didn't even know they brought it back.
Yeah, they brought it back, and it wasn't as good. So
what? So he came back, did he?
I don't think he was in it. No, he wasn't in it. But some of the old cast was in it. Hiro Nakamura was in it.
Yeah.
I don't know if Silo was. I don't think so. But yeah, a few people were back in it.
Okay.
Noah Bennett, the man with the horn rimmed glasses, he was in it.
Yeah.
A few people were in it, but yeah, it wasn't as good.
It wasn't as good, right?
Nah.
Okay, all right, okay. Well, listen, look, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for downloading a new episode of The Flicksters. We are coming at you from our home studio in London.
That's
and
correct.
I've got to tell you one thing. You know what? This weather is still baking hot, isn't it?
Still baking.
Still baking. Like, honestly, I've got, like, my armpits are wet. Can I borrow one of your towels, please?
No, you can sit there with your wetness. I ain't lending you my towel. No.
Okay, actually, folks, they don't want to hear about all this sort of stuff, right? Okay, so listen, let's crack on with the show, and we have got a great show lined up for you, ladies and gentlemen. We've got movie news, we've got movie reviews, we've got hidden gems, we've got anniversary corner, and
you start to sound like me. Movie woos and reviews and
tongue-tied, mate, tongue-tied. Okay.
So we're gonna kick off with some news.
Let's kick off with the latest news.
Yes, we will. And starting at the news at 10, we have Kane.
What is this?
The wrestler Kane. Yes. So.
Oh, is that who? I was like, who the hell is Kane?
Kane, Undertaker, and all that. Yeah. Kane, he's been in the WWE since 1997.
I'm just laughing.
Kane,
I just read this.
Real name Glenn Jacobs. He's won a mayoral election in Knox County. He has won a mayoral election in Knox County, Tennessee. So he will now take office and begin his campaign to be the mayor of Knox.
Listen, what does it tell you when a WWE star can just think, right, you know what, forget this. I'm not going to go into movies. I'm not going to do like a TV show. I'm going to become a mayor of Knox, Tennessee.
Well, I mean, Schwarzenegger was the governor of California. Also, Jesse Ventura.
He did it.
Yeah, he ran for mayor years ago.
Yeah.
Also, what's his name? Jerry the King Lawler. He ran for mayor.
Shit,
He was the one that used to wear this funny kind of suit. Jerry the King. He ran for mayor.
Well,
so it's not the first time. It won't be the last,
sorry,
I'm sure.
I stand corrected, yeah. And also, the big one, the one that we kind of haven't mentioned here, Ronald Reagan.
Was he a wrestler? He was an actor. I was going to say.
I love that. He was an actor. He became the president of the United States of America.
True that. Yeah.
So
that's true. Yeah.
Listen. In America, look, you got a dream. You go out and do it.
Yeah, it can happen.
Exactly. So
but I wonder if he'll run as mayor wearing his cane mask.
I'd
and
love
come
it.
out to that cane music.
Oh, that would be made like that. Ding.
Yeah.
Like, and the urn. Imagine he walks on with an urn.
Oh my gosh, don't.
Shit. All right, okay. So listen, I'm a big fan of the Sega Mega Drive, right?
Yes,
I
or
love
Sega Genesis for the Americans.
Sega Genesis
Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis.
For our Yanks. And I mean, I loved playing Sonic the Hedgehog. So tell us about Sonic the Hedgehog, the movie. It still makes me laugh.
I don't know how they're going to pull this off. I'm going to watch it when it comes out. I need to watch it. I need to see how the heck this is going to happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's been a tweet of an on-set photo of Green Hill Zone, which is in the game. It's the first stage where you sort of begin and you're sort of running around collecting your rings and so on. So it's basically the first stage of the game, and they've chosen it to be the first image to be seen of the film. Okay. Just making sure that we know that yes, this is going to be
a Sonic movie.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's basically it. So it's happening. They're filming it right now. It's going to be out next year. I think summertime. So. Yeah, man. Let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens
with this one.
This is a work in progress. This one. All right. Okay. And now you got it. Kong
Skull Island. Yeah. So the director of Kong Skull Island, Jordan Vogt Roberts. He's going to be. Well, he's in the works of directing Metal Gear Solid, the movie.
Wow.
And also this is written by Hideo Kojima, who is one of the creator of Metal Gear Solid. It's got the backbone.
I hope so. And I hope if there is a bit in there where someone says Snake.
Oh my gosh. But who do you reckon should play?
You know what? Who I'm thinking?
I've got someone in mind.
I've got someone, but he's a bit young, but he's got that gruffness. But I was thinking maybe
I know who you're going to say.
Deathstroke. He's too young.
The guy that played Deathstroke.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good shout. That's actually a good shout.
But he's still a bit too young. Cause
that's a good shout because he goes quite grey, doesn't he?
Because Snake has white hair.
But it depends on which stage they do him. They might do a younger version. But that's a really good shout actually.
Well, who are you thinking?
I'm thinking of he's a bit of an unknown actor. He's not played anything like this before. But his name actually is in this doing this show. I think because there's so many names in my head.
Names. Oh fuck! I mean, I forgot your name.
He played. I'm hoping while I'm laughing, it comes to me. No. Josh.
Josh Brolin.
Come on now, he's done Thanos. He's done Cable.
You know what? That is absolutely Josh fucking Brolin.
No, I reckon Ron Perlman should get this one. Because he didn't get Cable, so he should get this one. Or it could be the guy that was in Avatar. The same people that were going to be Cable basically can play this one.
But you know what? I like Josh Brolin because he's got that gruffness. He's got that kind of old wariness.
Overkill, do you reckon?
But the only thing maybe saving it is the fact that we don't see Josh as Thanos. We don't see Josh Brolin. Okay. Yeah. So he's got all the CGI going on and stuff. But
we'll see. But yeah, I think it should be an interesting film.
Yeah, and I'll go back to this kind of question. Hollywood, they don't make really good game adaptation films.
Yeah, it has struggled over the years.
It has struggled. So, I'm still waiting for one which we can truly say this is a classic. Is there any one?
Is there one?
Doom, like The Rock's Doom, was that
Doom
one?
Was alright. I mean, you got Resident Evil, which is they've had a lot of sequels and it's done relatively okay for what it is.
Yeah.
We had Silent Hill, which wasn't that bad actually, horror
Okay,
film.
yeah.
But there's been a couple of poorer sequels. But
Yeah.
the first one was quite scary.
But the storyline for Metal Gear Solid,
That's
man.
the thing, and written by the Metal Gear Solid person. So hopefully that the foundation should be there.
Yeah. Okay. So Scott Derrickson, who you know and I know, and our listeners know, is the director of Doctor Strange.
Exactly.
Tell us about this.
And he's done some horrors in the past and so on. He's quite a good horror director. But we did mention his name in the last episode regarding the tweets because I think this could be his last tweet. Who knows? But he basically has tweeted just a statement saying Doctor Strange updates come in September.
Oh.
So there could be an update, and some people are saying it's the title of the next Doctor Strange film. Some people are saying it could be announcements about the story, about any actors and things like that. So September is only 1 month away.
This is it. Like, we're well into kind of August now. So just keeping it with the Marvel just for a split second, I forgot to mention to you last week at the end of Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yep.
After the credits have rolled, there is something that comes up on the screen and it says the Ant-Man and the Wasp will return, and then there's a question mark.
Yeah.
Why was that? Why do you think that's there to kind of throw us off?
Yeah, throw us off because I mean, will they return? Won't they? Because obviously Ant-Man Scott Lang is in the quantum realm. He's stranded.
Yeah.
And obviously the rest of them have been snaptured, so it's just playing on that really. But obviously we know they're going to return. They're not going to return, but it's just they're playing towards that.
Sure.
But just as you mentioned, you linked Ant-Man to Doctor Strange, and that is a link because Doctor Strange, the first one, he does go into another dimension, the quantum. Because when he first explores his powers with the Ancient One, she shrinks him down to and he goes into all these crazy worlds, and that is linked to the quantum realm. So there is a link there, and even in Ant-Man and Wasp, there's a part where he goes into this bit, and it's very, 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 very similar to a part he goes into in Doctor Strange. So there is a link there.
Could they link up?
For sure, I reckon. For sure, if anyone can link up, they can link up.
Those two can link up.
Yeah.
Right?
So Doctor Strange uses the mysticism.
Yeah.
And Ant-Man uses science, but they're one and the same.
Sure.
They say sort of magic is science that we don't yet understand. So who knows?
And in just kind of like following on from that, Doctor Strange, he doesn't have the time stone now.
No.
But he still has his powers though,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. He can still do all the rest of it. Yeah, he can still do all the rest.
I just wonder, because I just kind of thinking, shit, has he lost his thing or anything like that?
No.
Okay. So look, all right. This is interesting. Priyanka Chopra and Chris Pratt together. What's this?
Yep. So, and it's funny, their names are same letters but just in reverse. So it's PCCP.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
So they are going to star in a film, quite a wacky film called Cowboy Ninja Viking.
Wow.
Which is from a comic.
Okay.
It's a bit like a Men in Blacky type organization, like a government organization that's quite secret.
Okay.
There to fight the crime or fight the people that regular cops and people can't fight. And the agents of this organization, of this sort of shadow organization, they can assume the powers of a cowboy, a ninja, and a Viking.
Oh.
So of all the powers to receive, that's what Chris Pratt is going to be running around. He'll be throwing Death Stars while swinging a lasso.
Yeah.
And swinging an axe.
Basically. And it's funny because Priyanka Chopra, she was last week. She was in the news because she announced that she was going to leave
Quantico. Yeah.
So I think she's done with that, and I think she's probably going to concentrate on like
movies
some film roles.
Yeah.
But also, apparently, I didn't know this. I mean, she hooked up with one of the Jonas Brothers. They're like engaged or something.
Isn't she like well above them, or isn't she out of their league or something? Or
no, I'm not sure, man. Because and then in the news, she was going on a double date with Meghan Markle and Prince Harry.
With who? Jonas?
Yeah, because they're because Meghan and Priyanka, they're mates.
Oh, okay.
So
I didn't know that. Okay.
It's all kind of like Where's
Jonas
our
Brothers.
invite?
Aren't the Jonas Brothers really old or something, or are they young? Am I thinking of someone else?
No, I think it's
They're quite young, yeah.
Yeah, they're
okay,
youngest.
I'm thinking of someone else. I'm not clued up with entertainment and all that kind of showbiz stuff.
Exactly. I mean, because obviously you're hitting like what 50s now. No. Okay.
55.
Yeah. Oh, I heard about this. Tell us about Roseanne Barr.
Yeah, Roseanne. I've seen the tweet actually. Yeah, so Roseanne. So obviously we know about we mentioned last week. Just last week we mentioned that James Gunn had a petition of 300,000 signatures asking for Disney to reinstate him.
It
and
must be
rehire
more
him.
now.
Yeah, probably more now. Yeah. And Roseanne has come out saying she's got a tweet saying that she's disgusted by all the support that James Gunn is receiving when she was fired for a tweet that she released saying something about one of Obama's former staff members, and it was seen to be a racist tweet, and she was fired from her show. So
and that's owned by Disney as well.
Oh, was it? Okay, yeah. See, there you go. And then she's had no public support or anything, and she's basically saying it's different for him and different for her.
Yeah.
Whereas he said a lot of stuff. I guess it's historical.
Yeah.
She said one thing that wasn't a direct I don't know, message. There was things in there, but it wasn't as direct as maybe what James Gunn's messages were.
Yeah.
And she's just upset that she's getting different treatment. But either way, they both got fired.
Yeah, they both.
But I think it's because he's got a petition out that she's just feeling a bit of.
Yeah, she's just getting like antsy because fucking no one's sticking up for her.
Yeah. Exactly. So
okay,
she's being barred or parred.
Okay, so tell us about. You know what? Did you see Manhunter season 1?
Did you?
Yeah, I loved it. I thought it was really good. So tell us about this.
So season 2 is coming. So Manhunter season 2 is on its way.
Yeah,
and they're just mentioning some of the serial killers that they're going to have in this season, and just to name a few, Charles Manson.
Yeah.
Who actually, funnily enough, from what I understand through my research, I actually genuinely do like watching these shows. I'm a bit twisted, and I do like to watch these shows about serial killers and stuff like that. But from what I've seen, he didn't kill anyone, did he?
It basically his cult.
Yes, yeah,
and then because they're saying that he got into their head so much.
He did. Yeah, he definitely was responsible. For their actions and stuff like that. But I'm just thinking like
he didn't actually.
Yeah, but he's still known as a serial killer.
Yeah, wow.
Do you know what I mean? It's almost like a wow kind of thing, But so he's going to be in the show. David Borowitz.
Yep.
I think a few weeks ago you mentioned Son of Sam or something. I don't know why, but
because it was the heat.
That's it. Yeah.
The Summer of Sam was when it was crazy hot in New York, and
So,
but linking it back to what you said about Charles Manson and film. Tarantino, that's what he's making. His next film is going to be about Charles Manson.
Oh yes, yeah.
So he's getting. I think Leo DiCaprio is going to be involved, and he plays like one of the police officers or something. But I mean, it should be.
Oh wow, and he's doing Star Trek as well.
Oh fuck yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, shit. So busy boy. Okay.
And so Manhunter is produced by David Fincher and Charlize Theron. David Fincher actually did direct a few episodes of the first season, so it's in good hands. David Fincher, Seven, yeah,
Zodiac,
yeah,
with
of a serial killer,
Tony Stark,
and Jake Gyllenhaal, I think,
exactly, yeah. Well, that was Zodiac is about Berkowitz.
Is it?
Yeah. Son of Sam.
Okay. I need to rewatch that film.
Watch it. It's really good.
I need to rewatch
There's so many layers on that film.
Yeah, I do. Still not solved to this day, isn't it? I think, or something.
This is it. No one knows. Okay, so tell us about Patrick Stewart, who plays Professor X.
Yeah. So, Jean-Luc Picard.
Yeah.
So Patrick Stewart is. Rumors say that he's set to reprised the role of Jean-Luc Picard almost 20 plus years since they ended. So so it's a rumor, but sometimes these rumors are true. So we just have to wait and see what happens. Our sources are giving us information on a weekly basis, and hopefully in the next few weeks we can maybe confirm this rumor.
We will.
So watch this space. But yeah, I mean, would you like to see Star Trek: The Next Generation? Which of all the Star Treks? I mean, first of all, are you a Trekkie?
You know what? I am. There was loads of kind of seasons in Star Trek: The Next Generation which I thought were really, really cool. There's one of my favorites. It was an episode called A Fistful of Data, and this was a Western one. And they go, they got the machine where the holodeck.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I love the holodeck, man. Oh man, it's brilliant. No, I'm a fan of it.
Which Star Trek are you a fan of though? Are you Next Generation, or are you Original, or are you Deep Space Nine? Are you Voyager? Are you Discovery?
I respect the original with William Shatner because it was kind of so ahead of its time.
Yeah.
But and there were some really good episodes in there. So, and obviously, but that was way before my time. But I have seen it and everything like that, right? So respect for that.
Do you know the original? Like, sorry to stop you in the tracks.
No,
Do you know how many seasons that went on for?
Only like 1 or 2, wasn't it?
3 seasons.
3, yeah.
It went on for 2 seasons. It was cancelled, and by popular demand, the fans wrote in and said they want more, they want more, they want more. And they wrote in thousands of letters to the studio.
Yeah.
And they made a third season.
Yeah. And then the films, I'm a huge fan of the second one.
Okay.
The Wrath of Khan.
The Wrath of Khan, okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's brilliant. I mean, no, they're really, really good films and stuff. And then they kind of slowly like kind of petered out and everything like that. And then when they heard that they were going to do the Next Generation, you know what? I'm a fan.
I'm a Next Generation man myself. That's
like it.
Where I sort of came into it.
Yeah.
So
I remember Whoopi Goldberg in there. And do you remember Q?
Q? Who's that?
Q would be someone. Let me compare him to someone from the MCU or the Marvel. Kind of like the Eternals.
Oh, okay.
He's like that type of a character.
Is it?
Yeah. Or like the Watchers.
Okay.
He sees everything.
Yeah. Okay.
And he's basically everywhere. And he comes up in some of those episodes. Yeah, it's good, man. He's
I do like the Star Trek, like the Ferengi, the Romulans, the Kardashians, and the Klingons. All those names,
especially the Kardashians.
I know,
those ones, man.
Was it They sound like Kardashians, but the Kardashians,
and the Borg.
The Borg, yeah.
And
I like Romulans.
The Romulans.
I just love the way it sounds.
But the Borgs, remember that, and that led on to the film.
Yeah.
And have a guess who was his son? Jean-Luc Picard's son.
His real son?
No, in the film.
Oh, who? I can't remember.
Perhaps you're wondering why you'd kill a man.
No way. Tom Hardy
plays his Jean-Luc Picard's son.
Okay, yeah.
In Star Trek.
Is it?
Not First Contact.
By the way, that did not sound like... I knew what you were doing. It didn't sound like Bane. Oh my gosh.
It just sounded like as if I'm like on the toilet and just like trying to squeeze one out.
Bane.
Go on, you do it. No, it's not the time.
No, it's not the time. No, it's not the time for fear, Doctor. That comes now.
I can't even do it. No, you can do it. Kay can do it.
Yeah, Kay can do it.
Kay can do it really well.
All right, okay, so that's Star Trek. All right, tell us about Black Panther.
This deserves a mention.
Yeah.
Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. That has crossed the $700 million mark in the US. That's just the US. Forget how well it done in the UK. Australia done well. Worldwide done well. Just the US.
America.
Yeah, only 2 other films have done that. Avatar and Force Awakens.
Wow.
Yeah, so Infinity War at the moment is 640 something million. So it's not there yet, but yeah.
Wow.
Black Panther.
I mean, clearly we're getting a second and a third one.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Like, I reckon, they must be like writing it now, right?
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah, they're definitely planning that for sure. I mean, this is printing your own money.
Exactly. And sorry, just to kind of jog my memory, Black Panther, yeah, he survived the Snapchat.
No, he went.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he got taken. Yeah.
So who survived from the Wakandans?
Okoye, yeah. We thought it was Okoye going, but it was Black Panther.
Oh.
They tricked us. Now it's not the time to die, General. And then he just disappears, yeah.
Oh, shit, man. Okay, well, I mean, and the theory, you know about the theory is they're all in the, they're all somewhere all in the
Soul Gem.
souls. Yeah. Right. Okay.
Exactly.
All right. So thanks for that one. That is great. Okay.
That leads us on.
That leads us.
It's all there for a reason.
OMG.
It's all there for a reason.
Let me just snap it. Okay. Okay. So this leads us on to what's out on Blu-ray, and I'm so excited about this.
Yep.
Take it away, Deval.
I cannot wait to get the Blu-ray or HD or whatever version of this film, but preferably Blu-ray because you get all the extras.
Sure.
This is out in the coming week. Avengers Infinity War. Cannot wait. I'm going to rewatch it again another 10, 12 times.
Because you got to what, 12,
12
13?
in the cinema.
Right, okay.
Yeah. So I'm going to watch it again in my own time.
Yeah, me too.
Just again and again and again and again and again. So yeah, so in the Blu-ray they give you all the extras, the deleted scenes, the commentary, the director writers, intake, all of that. And some of the deleted scenes I've heard of so far, you get to see a bit more about Drax and how his family were killed by Thanos. There's a scene that I've actually seen of Gamora and Thanos, a bit more of them talking about the Soul Stone and why he loves her more, and you get to see a scene where it's in the past where Gamora is she's got this title of being the most dangerous woman in the galaxy. Yeah, and I think to myself, I haven't seen that, but you get to see a bit of that.
Okay,
you get to see her. She basically brings the head of another world, like some other conqueror of another world, to Thanos's throne room.
Yeah.
And she says, "Oh, look, he put up a fight, but here's his head. So now we have this world or whatever." And
so she would go out and do his bidding.
Yeah, a bit like how the Dark Order, the Ebony Maw and all those people. She was just like them, like them. So we get to see a bit more about her and where she came from and stuff. But yeah, there's a lot of deleted scenes in this, and I think it's really worth getting the Blu-ray and just.
And I really want to kind of get it so that I can listen to the audio commentary, the directors and what to say. But the couple of things that have trickled out of this is a lot of people have been asking. There was a Q&A recently, or was it last week? I think it was a Q&A with the directors, and someone said, "Why is it that Tom Holland, Spider-Man, was the last? Why was he the last one to go?" And the directors turned around and said they purposely made Tom Holland be the last one to go because, if you haven't seen this, I mean, I don't know why you haven't seen it, just go out and watch it. But after the snapshot, everyone starts kind of flaking away, and Tony Stark is left holding Tom Holland. And apparently Tom Holland, because he is so powerful, he is trying so much not to go. His death scene actually lasts the longest. It lasts 30 seconds. And the writers and the directors turned around and said, "Look, the reason why that is because he's still a kid, and as a kid he wants to stay on this earth for that much longer. Yeah, and it's a longer death scene because it affects Tony Stark the most. Yeah, and I just thought, wow. So even just that small little nugget." It's significant. Yeah. So I thought, wow.
It really lends to the connection that Tony Stark and Peter Parker have created, because he's like a adopted father sort of figure. Yeah. And it sort of then will show the post Snapchat Tony Stark, because if you remember the post attack on New York. Yeah. So after the attack on New York, Stark went into that little wormhole. He saved the world by putting the bomb up there. He came back. In Iron Man 3, he suffered with post-traumatic stress, and it took him a bit of a while to get his mojo back. Yeah. So we're going to see him maybe get affected by this in Avengers 4. So he may not be the same person.
And I think it alludes to what you said last week's episode about an older Tony Stark.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He's going to be kind of like lost. Yeah. Oh, hang on. By the way, do we know if Pepper Potts survived?
We don't know. We don't know. There's a scene as well, another extra scene on the Blu-ray of Happy Hogan. When at the beginning when Tony Stark and Pepper Potts are having that little chat in the park.
Yeah.
About, you know, having a baby and stuff like that.
Sure, yeah.
The scene is longer and Happy Hogan is around, like he's their
my
security
gosh,
guard,
John.
because they're running in the park and he's almost keeping the paparazzi away.
Right.
So they
okay.
have a more of an extended chat in the park, which is again funny. But there's so much more on the Blu-ray. It's got to be seen.
And not only that, I just remembered, like, she's pregnant.
Who's pregnant?
Pepper Potts.
Is she?
Remember they say about the baby?
No, that was a dream.
Oh,
It was a dream.
fuck.
It was all a dream.
It was
I used to read Word Up magazine.
Hang on, are you sure?
Yeah.
It
He had a
was a
dream,
dream.
that she was pregnant.
Right, okay.
And she was like, "Oh no, but if you want us to have a kid, then you shouldn't have put that in your chest." And he's like, "Oh, that's just in case, whatever." But yeah, it's a dream.
Right, okay.
Yeah. But
Ignore
I think
me
it
then.
might happen at some point. I reckon.
I really want to see the kind of the exploration of when Thanos says to Tony Stark, like, "I know you.
Yeah.
You and me are not too dissimilar."
There's a link there. Yeah. That bit, I really loved that bit.
Yeah.
There's a connection.
Okay. What else is out? Okay. Perfect timing, because now I can go out and get this.
A Quiet Place.
Yes, A Quiet Place.
It's all so quiet. Dun-dun-dun-dun, yeah, you need to get this film.
All right, okay.
This
So
film.
what can you tell me, or what can you tell the audience who haven't listened to episode 1 or 2, or episode, like it was the first or second or episode, whatever it was? Tell us something new that you haven't already said about this film.
Probably nothing. No,
Just remain quiet.
No. This film, it's been out for a while now, and this film is on the top 5 list of films to see so far this year.
Oh wow!
That's one.
Okay.
I think it was on Watch Mojo, one of those YouTube channels. That this film is so highly rated.
Right.
You know, it's small budget, small cast.
Yeah.
Written and directed by the actor who stars in the film, John Krasinski, with his real life wife, Emily Blunt, who plays his wife in the film. It's such a great film, and
Sure.
I guarantee you this. I guarantee you this. This will be spun off.
Oh.
We'll either get a prequel or we'll get a sequel. There's no way this is going to end.
Because it did a shitload of money,
Exactly, and it's done really well. It's opened up a universe that we can explore, similar to the Cloverfield universe. There can be a before, there can be an after.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. So
Right.
watch this film, A Quiet Place.
Watch this space, ladies and gents. We'll bring you that news. And wow, this is quick.
Yeah, Rampage. It's out. It's not out this week, but it's out on the 20th. So I thought I'll still pop it on
Sure.
there.
Yeah. No. It's totally.
But all these films came out in a similar sort of time. But Rampage, as we mentioned, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. If you smell but The Rock is cooking.
But Devan, have you noticed now the window from cinema release to DVD
it's
Blu-ray?
shorter and shorter.
I think, and that's why is it? Why do you think that is now?
I think they know people's patience. I mean, patience isn't what it used to be.
Yeah.
You know, in this world of technology, it's people want things done now.
Yeah.
Also, the bootleg world is rampant.
Exactly.
And if they want to sort of still make their money in a relatively
Short period.
space of time, they need to release these Blu-ray DVDs sooner.
Sure. So I mean, with Dwayne, he had obviously Rampage. He had Skyscraper. Before that, he had Jumanji.
Yeah.
So this guy is non-stop.
And also, he does Ballers, that TV show. A new series is starting this week.
He produces that, right?
Yeah, and acts in it. Yeah, and stars in it.
Stars in it as well. This guy, man, he's phenomenal. He's just like he
I
epitomizes
don't know
like hard
how
work.
he makes the time. Maybe he's got the time stone. But
Yeah.
actually, mentioning the Ballers, the new series does start this week.
Right.
It's actually got Russell Brand in it this time as well.
How the hell did he get in that?
I don't know.
Shit, man. Okay, all right. So that's out on Blu-ray and DVD. Okay,
Yep.
so new on streaming and trailers. Here's a film that I wanted to kind of mention, which was released or is coming out on Netflix. Is a classic, indie classic, low budget, made for peanuts, directed by one of my favorite directors, and it's called Clerks.
Yep.
So it's about two friends basically. They working in a store, and it's a day in the life of them, really.
Yeah.
And what sets this film apart is the dialogue. Like, it came at such a time, like there's lots of movie references in there. It's funny. It's kind of like, small town sensibilities, but have this kind of like big world ideas. So it's a really interesting film. It was like shot, like I said before, shot on a budget, like black and white, really grainy, and it's what put Kevin Smith on the map.
For
really.
sure.
So I'm really glad to see that.
Is there a part 2 to this coming out?
There is.
Yeah.
It was, and it stars the original characters, but plus Rosario Dawson.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, and she's wicked. She's really good. Yeah. So it's quite funny. And what else have we got on streaming?
We got Hostiles, which we mentioned a few weeks ago as a film that needs to be watched. It's got old school Batman, not old school, but Christian Bale.
Yep.
And he stars as a. It's based in the 1800s, I think, and he's like a sheriff of some sort, and he's tasked with the job of I guess delivering a Native American chief from one place to another place. And this Native American chief in the past they've had friction with each other. The Americans and the Native Americans have had friction, and obviously they've both done things. And this Native American chief, they don't like him because I think his tribe has killed people, obviously through I think defending their land and so on.
Yeah.
So he's been released for some political reason that Christian Bale doesn't believe in.
Sure.
So they start off as enemies and so on. But it's a good film. Really, really. I watched this film. I was tucked up in bed watching this film.
Yeah.
It's a really, really good film
is.
just to sort of relax and watch. But a lot of you mentioned. I think you mentioned last week about Gran Torino and frictions in society and so on. And this is in its most raw form from back in the day when there wasn't the immigrants were the European Americans or the Europeans I should say at that time. They were the immigrants and they came to another the American land, and the rest is history. But
exactly. No, totally. I and just to kind of add to that, the chief that you mentioned, his tribe, like they were notorious for like scalping people. And in the film, Christian Bale's character, he says, look, we did loads of shit as well. Like killing babies, killing children, and like, women and children.
It's crazy what you see in this film. It's really brutal.
But somehow those two worlds, they join up, and he's been given this mission that he has to take him across to Montana, I think it is, and go back to his sacred land.
Yeah.
And along the way, there's all these challenges and things, but it is a cracking film.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I like that one. Okay, so tell us about Tom Clancy.
Tom Clancy's Jack Ryan, John Krasinski. So the link is there. That's going to be available on Amazon in the next sort of few weeks, I should say, or couple of weeks.
Yeah.
31st of August or the 30th of August, something like that. The last day of August, I reckon. So this is this is a computer game, isn't it? Well, was it? No, so it's a novel. Tom Clancy
it's a novel.
Yeah, that's right.
So Jack Ryan is the character, and then Tom Clancy, he's the author of this, and this series has been going on for a really long time. Harrison Ford played the character. Batman.
Did Tom Cruise play?
I'm not sure if Tom Cruise did, but Ben Affleck. He played the character.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Yeah, called The Reindeer Games, I think, or something like that. So, you know what? This guy has been in modern day kind of pop culture. He's been there. So what's happened now is Amazon have decided, right, look, let's buy the rights. Let's turn it into a TV show.
Yeah.
Let's bring in John Krasinski. And you know what? I saw the trailer.
It looks okay. It looks okay.
This guy, he's got that presence, hasn't he? He can do it. And he was in this film that you mentioned, 30 Hours...
13 Hours of Benghazi. Yeah.
He was in that, right?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was one of the soldier type military guys.
So I think he can do it.
Yeah. Good film.
Yeah. So I'm interested in this. I'll watch a few episodes.
Keep an eye out for that as
let's
well.
watch a few episodes and we can kind of let people know what it's like. Okay. And we mentioned this before as well, Ozark.
Yep.
So I'm on I think I'm on the 4th episode of season 1.
Okay.
And I'll be looking forward to it. I'm in it now.
Season 2, I'm looking forward to that because things, I'm not going to say anything. I almost did.
Oh, shit.
Almost did, but
yeah,
it's good.
All right, okay.
It's good.
All right.
That's on Netflix.
Yeah, Jason Bateman, he's really pretty cool in that.
Yeah.
All right, tell us about Watchmen.
Yeah, Watchmen. So Watchmen is now a DC property. Frank Miller comic and Watchmen superheroes that back in the day, like back in the day, were, you know, all the rage and they were doing their thing. Then they went into retirement.
Yeah.
And then something's happened and they have to come out of retirement and, you know, try and save the world. But the Watchmen isn't like a, you know, it's not no colourful, happy superhero world.
Nah.
It's darker than DC.
This is dark,
You know,
isn't
it's
it?
really dark. The characters themselves are not wholesome characters.
Yep.
They've got their flaws and they don't give a shit.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of conflicts within the characters, which is really good and different to see. That's why I think Watchmen didn't do so well at the time, because it wasn't what people thought superheroes should be.
Yeah.
But, you know, I think someone like Hancock would actually fit into the Watchmen.
He would, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
He would. He would be like, "Gay, like, let's go for a drink."
Exactly.
But listen, I watched this and I thought it was really underrated. It got slated.
Yeah.
It really did get
Yeah.
slated, and I think it's actually quite a good watch.
Good film. Zack Snyder, director of it.
Exactly.
300.
And he gets a lot of slack.
Yeah.
And I think people were pissed off with what the direction he took the Batman and
Justice League.
Justice League and stuff
Batman
like that.
and Superman. Okay, yeah.
People were pissed off with it, and I've kind of revisited Batman and Superman, and I've reassessed my view of it.
Have you watched the extended version yet?
Yeah.
That's literally 3 hours. Actually.
I know, mate.
Yeah.
I know. And I thought it was better watching it the second and third
Yeah,
time.
for sure. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that just goes to show you, watching a film once, you need to go watch films a couple of times.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you haven't seen Watchmen, please go out and watch that one.
That's on Amazon, isn't it?
That's on Amazon. Oh, and this film,
Stir of Echoes, Kevin Bacon.
Kevin Bacon.
That's one of those films that are a bit under the radar, you know, and it's a good film.
It
Quite
is.
a psychological.
And he plays a villain.
Yeah. Do you know what?
He plays a paedophile.
Is it? Do you know? I've not seen this film in ages. I can't remember.
I can't remember it, but all I know is
I need to see it again.
Yeah, I need to watch this film again. But it's out on Amazon.
Yeah.
So that's a good win for Amazon to get that film on there. Okay.
Blair
Witch
Project, 1999.
So this is the original one.
Yes, yeah. So this 1999. This was a massive hit when it came out. Filmed on a shoestring budget. Filmed like on like found footage, handycam,
handheld stuff.
really cheap looking, and I mean, this film, when I heard about it, didn't know what it was about. Watched it. It was great, scary. It literally started a whole new phase of found footage.
And do you remember after that, then every film was found footage?
Exactly. And the makers of this film actually did a few tricks to get the stars or the actors, you know, in zone for the film. So they during some of the filming or prep for the film, they would have the main cast go out in the woods and so on and prep and stuff like that. And they would have secretly some crew members like doing things on the peripherals to scare them,
shit.
to like really shit them up.
Yeah.
And it brought them into character a lot more because they didn't know what was going on. Things were being left behind, and like, you know, things. It was just crazy. So there was a lot of secret things happening to really, I guess, lend to the atmosphere of the film.
And recently, it wasn't a remake, or was it a reboot?
There was about 3 years ago. I think it was.
Was it Secret of the Blair Witch?
Something like that.
Or The Legend of the Blair Witch,
something
or something
like that. Something like that.
Did you manage to see that one?
It was okay. I remember at the time I was tired.
Yeah.
So I kind of fell asleep towards the end, but it was, I guess it was like paying homage to the original.
Right, okay.
Because it was, again, a bit like found footage type style.
Yeah.
'Cause I know the second one that came out wasn't anything like the first one, and people didn't like it.
Yeah. And talking about this, and our listeners won't know this, but you, Deval, you were involved in a found footage film.
Yes.
You actually made a film. Tell us about this.
I did. It's called Who is the Goatman?
Yeah.
And it's an urban legend of a half man, half goat creature that does actually exist in some sort of semi-urban environments. In America, in Maryland, there's a goat man. In northwest London, there's a goat man. And it's a film that documents different residents that have experienced the goat man or heard of the goat man.
Yeah.
And there's also a sort of a documentary crew that go out to investigate and try and locate the goat man. And so
and just when you were making this, like what kind of film influences did you have when you did this?
A bit of Blair Witch, Troll Hunter. which came out a few years ago. I'm not sure if you've seen that.
No, I haven't seen
it's
it.
It's a
no.
hidden gem that I've got coming up. Actually, don't worry about that.
Okay.
Swedish film about it's Swedish or Danish, one of them, or Norwegian, I think it may be, about people that actually hunt trolls,
Right.
and if they're real or not. And yeah, so in the film you find out if they're real or not. But the way it's filmed, it gave me a few ideas when I was I think doing the Goatman. But
That is wicked. Ladies and gents, we have got, we've got a filmmaker in our midst.
I don't know if you can call me that.
Yeah, well, listen, but this is what I'm trying to say to you. Look, you know what? We need to get making stuff.
We do. I know you've mentioned it a couple of times. And
Could there be a Goatman part 2?
Do you know, people have asked for it. People have asked for a Goatman 2.
And you know what they say? Ask and ye shall.
You shall receive. But if the Goatman comes for you,
Actually, yeah, all right, leave it there then. No, seriously, no. It was good when you sent me the link for the Goatman. I'm genuinely, I love it when people go out and do the stuff, the creative stuff. I love that. So
thank you. Well, thank you.
Of course, I'll always support that. Okay, so here's one.
Black Hawk Down. This is a heavy film.
How many actors in this film?
Yeah, it's got
Everyone.
Ewan McGregor. It's got is it Tom Sizemore? That's the guy we were thinking of last time with Private Ryan.
Saving Private Ryan. Yeah. It's got
what's his name? The one that was in
Harry Potter.
I know what he did last summer. Harry Potter. Is Harry Potter in it?
No, the guy from Harry Potter. Oh,
I've never seen Harry Potter.
Another British actor. He's everywhere.
Is it?
Oh man, he's good with accents. He's
okay.
Yeah, but this is Ridley Scott directed.
Yeah.
Based on a true story.
Yeah, in Somalia. Yeah.
Somalia.
Yeah.
So
it's really gritty. This film is like.
And you know what? What it reminds me of is like, hey, yeah, we're the Yanks. We'll go in. We'll tear shit up.
Mate.
And
they are ready
totally
they
underestimate the opposition.
Yeah, they're ready for them.
And the Somalians get them, man.
Yeah, they're ready for them. And a friend of mine called Tolu, this is his favourite.
Really?
This is his favourite sort of war film,
Yeah.
one of his favourite films in general. Anytime I see it, I'll send him a text and say, "Oh, it's on."
It's on.
Yeah, heavy film.
Yeah, it's
heavy
good.
film.
It's good. And I love that whole thing about, because obviously you think United States of America, the firepower, the superpower,
Yeah.
the army, they go in, they blow shit up, and then you just think, right, okay, this was against a bunch of like ragtag, like tribe. They're basically tribal people.
Yeah.
And they took down a Black Hawk Down,
yeah.
which was at the time in the 90s supposed to be the most advanced
Yeah.
weaponry
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah.
And you got like tribes people just like shooting at it, bringing it down and everything.
Yeah.
And then they just got the hell out of Dodge.
Yeah.
I love that. I really love that.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So
The Usual Suspects. So it's a
classic.
This is a classic. Yeah.
This
I don't
is a
know
classic.
what can be said about this that hasn't been said already, but
Yeah.
this is a classic.
Who is Kaiser Soze?
He's everyone and no one.
Exactly.
I reckon if he was in Game of Thrones, he'll be
Peter Baelish.
he'll be the House of Black and White. You know, Arya Stark's people and what's his name? Vala Morghulis guy. Jaqen Hagar.
That's it. Oh, by the way, are we gonna tell me? Just kind of alleviate my fears. Are we seeing this guy again?
What, Jaqen Hagar?
Yeah, I want to see him again.
Of
man.
course. There's no way. The thing is, we probably see him and not know it's him, because who is a man? A man is no one, yet he is himself.
Oh shit,
I'm telling you, man, that guy.
He was one of the best things in Game of Thrones, you know
Trust
that.
me.
And then they just we didn't see him for a while, and then he came back.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, come bring him back again, man.
Yeah. But like I say, he may have been there the whole time. Look, he could have been a she. He could have been anything.
Oh, and you know this theory about, the fight scene that Arya Stark has with.
Yes.
We don't know if that's really her.
We do not know.
All right, so The Usual Suspects.
Yeah.
Kevin Spacey. I mean, despite all the shit that he's gone through, despite all the shit that he's gone through, I mean, this is a classic film.
Yeah.
And before X-Men,
Bryan Singer
was making films like this.
Yeah.
So he's got some great pedigree there.
Oh, for sure.
And
it's a good film. Great
film. If you haven't seen it,
you can't speak about it too much because you can't really spoil it. But it's a great film.
Go out and watch it. Just like listen to what we're saying. Go out and watch it. Okay, what's this one?
A trailer. If Beale Street could talk. I
Tell
don't
us
mean
about
like
this.
EastEnders, like Ian Beale.
Yeah.
A street of Ian Beales all talking. Come and get your fish and chips. Come and get your fish and chips. Come to my restaurant. Come to my.
What's this? What is this?
It's Beale Street. It's. I put it on here because it's directed by the same person as Moonlight. So it's got that pedigree, and it's about a woman who's defending her partner, who's been I think wrongly imprisoned, and it's just the dynamic between them. Their streets, their family. It's American. It's set. I don't think it's set in modern times. It's set a bit back in the day, from what I can see.
Sure.
But they have conflict with society. It's the African American community.
Sure.
And obviously, there's a lot of incarceration sometimes that happens that spirals out of nothing.
Yeah.
You know. But it's just. It seemed like an interesting film. The trailer doesn't give away too much. It's a bit of a teaser trailer, and but from the looks of it, I think it could be one of those films that people will gravitate to.
Yeah.
And because it comes from the Moonlight makers, it's just got that that
It has.
quality attached to it.
Yeah.
So I felt it was just it's worth mentioning
Sure.
for the people to keep an eye out for this one.
I think it'll be kind of like be thought provoking and
for sure.
ask questions, and I think it's going to be relevant, even though it might be set in the past.
Yeah.
It's going to be relevant
Yeah,
for
for
today.
sure. Yeah.
There's one film that I do want to mention. It's a trailer that I saw recently. And you mentioned this to me actually a while ago. Was Ryan Gosling in The First Man? Directed by Damien
Chappelle.
Chappelle. Yeah. So I saw this trailer when I went out to watch the Ant-Man the Wasp, and it looks good.
Alright.
It looks alright.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what I didn't realize is, or what I got from the trailer was, it was really close to being like a disaster.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, in space it's treacherous, man. Any wrong move and you're gone.
Yeah.
You're done for.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So that's another movie. All right. So that is what's out on streaming and on trailers. Now let us move on to Anniversary Corner. So again, what we like to do here on the Flicksters is to bring you a set of films which we think that were popular enough, and we just want to kind of remind you of them. So these are films going back 30 years. So we have 10, 15, 20, 25 and 30 year films. And there might be films that we haven't seen in a while. There might be films that we haven't liked, but we just think they're relevant. So that's why we kind of introduce them here. And first up is we've got a film from 10 years ago called
Sex in the City.
Sex in the City. And no, but I mean, I get why it's on there. I get why it's on
I
there.
love Sex in the City.
This was huge.
Yeah, it was huge.
The TV show, the film, it was massive. But why was it so big?
Do you know what? I've actually watched every episode of Sex in the City more than once.
I haven't watched every episode, but I've seen a lot of it.
Yeah, it's a funny show. It's like it's just a funny show. The things that they get up to, the relationships, and I mean, as a guy, I saw it as research.
Yeah,
like you get to see what women talk about, what they think of.
Yeah,
you have to understand thy enemy.
Yeah, exactly.
And but the film, because of the success of the TV show. When the first film came out, it was massive. I mean, when I went to cinema, it was packed.
Yeah.
Packed.
Yeah.
But it came out, it done really, really well. I think the second one didn't do as well.
It was
a bit of a letdown.
Poor. Yeah, pretty poor.
And then obviously there was a bit of there's beef between the cast. So like Kim Cattrall doesn't get on with Sarah Jessica Parker. There's beef. So
shit.
even getting the first film done was like, that was an achievement.
Whilst they were the TV show, there was
friction. I think the friction's been up and down.
Yeah,
but now there's no chance of happening.
There's not going to be a Sex in the City 3.
No way. No, not unless they show her a check she can't refuse. But
right, okay.
I think that one's dead in the water now.
But the film was out in 2008. Was the show still going on, or was this?
No, it was done. So
that was it.
Yeah. And
then just remind me, at the end of the show, who does she end up with? Mr. Big?
Yeah, Big. Yeah, because she's still. I think she's still seeing.
Aiden.
No, not Aiden. The Russian guy. Petrovsky.
Yeah.
Alexander Petrovsky.
Yeah.
See, I just remember his name, but I
Shit.
can't remember Tom Hardy's name.
I
How's
know.
that?
Flipping hell.
Alexander Petrovsky, yeah. So
Yeah.
she's still seeing him, and she realizes that he's not really the one for her. And hold on, how do you know about Aiden? Did you watch it as well?
Like I said before,
Oh my
I know,
gosh.
I know.
I just realised.
I know.
You know.
I know. Trust me. Trust me. I know enough of it, mate. Trust me. Like right. I had to do the research as well. Like,
I think Aiden was a nice guy. You know, I liked Aiden.
but I thought she was going to end up with him.
She almost did, but then you know what she's like. Carrie. Yeah. She's just so up and down.
I know.
She gets on my nerves sometimes.
But you know the film. Does it follow on from the last episode?
Yes, kind of like, yeah.
Okay.
So Mr. Alexander Petrovsky, and she realizes that she wants big, and yeah, it just all happens like that sort of thing. So,
Right. Okay.
and then and then the film, so then they get married, don't they? I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, they get married.
definitely.
Yeah.
And then remember, Kyle MacLachlan's in it.
Yeah.
From,
He's from
Twin Peaks.
Twin Peaks. Yeah, he's
Agent Cooper. Yeah.
He's Kyle. What's his name? No, that's his real name.
That's
isn't it?
Kyle MacLachlan. Yeah.
I can't remember his real name, but
Yeah.
in the show, he's a bit of a funny character.
He's a bit weird.
He's real close to his
a bit
mum,
soft.
isn't it?
Yeah.
His mum like comes in while he's in the bath and all that. And
Yeah, it's weird. And
Trey,
she found
that's his
it
name,
weird.
Trey, yeah.
She found it weird. All right, okay, so that's Sex and the City. That's 10 years. We won't speak about the second part because that is pretty poor. All right, now Dreamcatcher, which was made 15 years ago.
Yep.
It rings a bell, but just jog my memory a bit.
And you know, I must admit, like I was hoping that you could fill in some for me, but no, I've seen it. I saw it in the cinema actually.
Yeah.
Dreamcatcher is a really good film. It needs to be seen. I've got to see it again.
Yeah.
But it's about. It reminds me a bit of It.
Oh.
So these kids they're young, they experience extraterrestrial type experience, and you know they don't know what it's about and stuff, and they have to overcome that. But as they grow older, some of them have dealt with it, some of them haven't, and they have to revisit this and try and overcome this It's almost like when I say extraterrestrial, it's not just just your bog standard alien. These are ones that get into your mind.
Right. Okay.
That's why it's called Dreamcatcher. It's like it gets into your mind, and it's something that is a bit more sinister, and not in your face type thing. It's a good cast as well.
Yeah.
They all interact quite well with each other. You can relate to somebody within the cast.
Mm-hmm.
It's got Donnie Wahlberg in it.
Oh,
Donnie Wahlberg's in it. Yeah,
wow.
you got quite a few other sort of people that are big stars now, but at the time, maybe they weren't as big, perhaps. But yeah, it's quite a good film.
Okay.
And it's one of those films that don't have a massive following.
Right. Okay.
But someone like you will definitely appreciate this film.
I will.
I was in two minds this one because it almost goes into a hidden gem.
Okay.
But a few people know about it, so it's not as hidden. It is a gem. It's a gem.
But not as hidden
Just
as
not
some
as
of the
hidden
other
as
ones.
it should be. Yeah.
All right. Okay. I remember watching this one, and this was famous for having what was his name, Frodo.
Yeah, Elijah Wood. Yeah.
And I think this was his kind of like not his first film, but it was kind of like maybe his big break.
Yeah, like a proper leading type role.
And this is called The Faculty, and this was 20 years ago.
Yes, it was.
98.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So this is another alien themed film.
Yes,
So
yeah.
this is like, when I watched this, I thought, oh, right, this is just going to be a run-of-the-mill kind of teenagery film about growing pains, growing up, going to school, and, the guy likes the girl and, the outsider type of thing, and he's kind of like a bit of a geek and whatnot. But lo and behold, the school is run, it's taken over by flipping aliens.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then what it turns out to be is a survival film.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a film that it doesn't. At first, you think they're just naughty kids, or the teachers are a bit strict or whatever. But they have to survive.
Yeah.
Because I think the teachers, do they take students and do something with them?
Yeah, and then he finds out, he sees it, and then what I do remember is, do you remember? There's a bit in the swimming pool. Is that right?
Oh,
is there a bit in the swimming pool? The way it comes out the swimming, the school pool.
I don't. Is that Cocoon you're thinking of?
Shit. Cocoon. Oh my God. Oh God. That's
anytime
another
I see
classic.
like elderly people going into a pool or into the sea, I think of Cocoon.
Cocoon. Yeah.
It's got
God,
to be
that
Cocoon.
reminds me of Steve Guttenberg.
Oh yeah.
But
so The Faculty. Oh wow! I'm looking at the cast list, and I actually forgot
who?
half these people were in it. Okay, so Elijah Wood was in it, obviously.
Yeah.
You've got what's his name? Hartnett, Josh Hartnett.
Oh.
He was in it. He was someone I was actually trying to remember before, but
And he was in Black Hawk Down.
yes, that's what I was trying to. Exactly. Here we go. We've got Clea Duval.
Oh.
Yes, her. You got the girl from Fast and Furious, Jordana Brewster. She's in Fast and Furious.
Yeah, she plays
I don't know who she plays, in it, but she's in
Vin's
it.
sister in it.
Oh, in Fast and Furious. Yeah. And you've also got Salma Hayek. She was in it too.
She was the teacher.
She was the nurse, Rosa
Oh.
Harper or something. And Famke Janssen. Jean Grey. She was a miss, like a teacher.
She was an alien.
Yeah.
She was the alien. I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. And also, oh my gosh, Robert Patrick, the T-1000.
T-1000.
Yes,
he was in it as well.
Yeah,
Shit.
he was in it. And also another person that was in it that I literally totally forgot was Usher Raymond.
Oh yeah.
Usher Raymond.
He played the DJ.
Was he the DJ? Yeah. Okay.
No. Oh no, fuck! I'm getting mixed up.
I don't know who he played, but he was in it anyway.
Okay.
Usher Raymond.
Wow.
And some of the younger ones out there thinking, who's Usher Raymond? Usher.
Yeah, just Usher.
The Raymond just totally throws them off.
Exactly. Right. Okay. So that's The Faculty, and that was 20 years ago. Deval, what were you doing 20 years ago?
20 years ago, I was in college. I was 18.
What were you watching with your mates? What was everyone talking about?
1998. Oh my
That was
gosh.
must have been what, the tail end of X-Files. When did that end?
X-Files ended, I think, in 2001 or 2000 or 99.
Oh, okay, so
Something like that. I think it was 2001 or something. I can't remember. But
what was big in 98?
98 was the World Cup. I know that in the summertime. So
France.
that was big.
Yeah, I
Yeah, but I
remember
can't
that.
remember what films were out in 98 that was...
Godzilla.
Godzilla. Yeah,
No,
Godzilla.
fuck, no, that was 93.
No, that was 98.
Was that 98?
Yeah.
Right, okay, yeah.
93 was Jurassic Park.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah. Okay.
I forgot to mention actually last week in AntMan, he says clever girl. Also, yes, sorry. This is right of. See, that's why I should write this shit down.
Do it. What?
I'm telling you, that's another thing that told me that he's gonna time travel. Another thing told me
What?
Ant-Man is gonna time travel.
What?
Okay, first he said clever girl. He said that twice, I think, in Ant-Man.
Yeah.
But one thing that told me he's going to time travel is because when a few things happened to Ant-Man,
Yeah.
he went, oh boy. Because a couple of times where he was cornered from ghosts,
Yeah.
or another time where something bad happened, he was like, oh boy. Who says oh boy anytime? Think of a time travel series.
Quantum Leap.
Exactly. Anytime he comes into a character, what does he say? Looks in the mirror. Oh boy. Exactly. Quantum.
Time travel.
And he said in the film, do you guys just put quantum in front of everything?
Yeah.
Quantum leap. He is going to. When
know
I
what,
heard that,
Deval?
I was like, shit. Why does he keep saying oh boy? And I just thought of quantum leap straight
You
away.
know what?
And then at the end, I thought, okay, yeah. When she said time, he's time traveling.
You know what? I think you fucking cracked it. Of all the ones, because you never get this shit right? But this time, I think you've cracked it.
I'm telling you, man. Quantum leap. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Do you remember that shit? Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh man, that is wicked.
So yeah, that's
no,
totally off.
No, but
we literally we quantum jumped back to last week.
yes, but that is so relevant.
Yeah.
Ladies and gents, if you have made it this far and you know what, if you kind of link it to what we were talking about, jump in the conversation and
Yep.
let us know.
Where were we? Oh yeah. So
Oh,
now,
sorry. After the faculty. So 25 years ago. So this is
Yeah.
back in 93. What have we got here?
Meteor Man.
Hang on.
Meteor Man.
Now, what? You know what? It rings a vague bell. It rings a vague bell. Tell me about Meteor Man.
Meteor Man was about a man who got some superpowers
Right.
from a meteor, and he turned into a Meteor Man and started to fight crime. He was a black guy, and he, but he's a bit like Superman almost. You know, you get the whole cape and all that kind of thing, super strength and all that. You know. And I can't remember the actor's name. I can't remember the actor's name.
Sorry, Deval. Whilst you were just talking, there, I just quickly did a search. I remember the poster for this.
You remember?
Oh my god! Oh shit! So this guy,
that suit. Remember that suit? That puffy looking suit.
And oh my god! Look, I just realised it's got Bill Cosby in it.
Yeah, Eddie Griffin's in it. Bill Cosby.
James Earl
Darth
Jones. Vader's in it. Bloody hell!
It's got War Machine in it as well. Don Cheadle. Have you seen this film? Then? Do you remember
it? What? I remember the poster.
I remember the scene. There's a scene with these little blonde kids. They sort of got sent out to do sort of like stuff for the villain.
Yeah.
But it's this film. Luther Vandross was in it.
Naughty by Nature.
Oh.
I'm just sorry. We're just, you know what? This makes for great listening, doesn't it?
Oh, Naughty by Nature.
I'm on Wikipedia, and I'm just like, you know, Robert Townsend. Like, where does that name ring? All right, okay. Sinbad. Oh my god. Big Cypress Hill was in it as well.
Wow. Yeah, this film.
All right, so the thing
everyone famous in the mid 90s.
Yeah, but what shouts out to me as well is, I mean, like the budget was, according to Wikipedia, the budget was 30 mil, but it only made 8 million.
Oh my gosh.
So it's like, hell, man.
That's why there wasn't a part 2.
That's why there wasn't a part 2.
That's why a lot of people didn't trust superhero films, because they just didn't bring back the budget, maybe.
All right. But now maybe you can tell me a bit about the comics, because I didn't know this. This was it's a Marvel Comics.
Meteor Man, yeah?
Yeah.
Is it?
So,
didn't know that.
Meteor Man is a comic book spin-off of the 1993 film The Meteor Man. So Marvel Comics produced a 6-issue run.
Is it? Oh. Only 6 issues though, and it ended.
So what? I mean, this comic should not be confused with the Spider-Man villain Luthor, who later went by the name.
Oh, okay.
All right, so
I didn't confuse it.
All right, so that's Meteor Man, and that was 25 years ago, and I do remember the posters for it actually.
Yeah.
All right, so now 30 years ago.
Yep.
Oh my god, Moonwalker.
Do you remember the video for this? With Moonwalker, for me, I remember the video for Smooth Criminal.
Yes.
And then that sort of takes me to Moonwalker.
Yes.
Because Smooth Criminal, whole...
Bro, listen, let me tell you one thing. For me, that was... it's up there. For music videos,
it
is one of my
favorites.
It's
that lean. You know that lean?
And you know what,
how many times I've tried to do that lean and I fall over?
How many times I fell over? Oh my god.
That lean. They go so like forward, like...
I know. And he does this thing, right, where he tips the hat and they all... Oh, man.
Yeah. Michael Jackson.
Bro, can you show us? Can you do some? Can you do that lean right now?
I can fall over. I can't lean.
Oh, shit.
But that video, Moonwalker, it was... the film, it was... Yeah. I mean, he's not the greatest actor, obviously, but it's just I don't know, it still had a certain magic to it.
Yeah, and it was what's his name? Joe? No, I don't want to say Joe.
I'm thinking Joe Pesci too.
It's Joe Pesci.
Is it Joe Pesci
plays the villain?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was.
It's Joe Pesci, and I mean, imagine kind of like, you know, how do you pitch this idea to
Joe Pesci? Yeah,
how do you pitch the idea to, like, we're gonna have what? No, but hang on, is he he's an alien? Is he? Is Michael Jackson an alien?
But people have said that for years. So.
Well, there's people who believe that he's not dead. There's people out there, they say he's not dead. So,
is it?
Yeah. Like, seriously, there's people out there who's like, no, he never died. But no, I think, the standout thing for me was Moonwalker. Okay, forget the movie, but that music video defined that film for me. And watching it, the song, the video, the whole thing, you know, when I love the bit when the music stops and all the people are there, like, you know, they're trying to touch him, get hold of him, and then he starts doing the a cappella thing, you know, he starts going, you're doing me wrong, and then all of a sudden, then the music just comes back up again. Oh man, that's just Michael Jackson, MJ, man. I'm missing.
Because there's only one MJ. It's been, nearly 10 years has been gone,
all right,
you know?
All right, okay, here's a question. Where were you when you found out that MJ, he died?
I just, it's pretty to say that because I just started a new job
Oh, really?
and it was, it was my second day in the job. But the night before I found out, I was at home.
Yeah.
It was on the news.
Yeah.
I had it on the TV and it was on every channel pretty much.
It was.
And I put it on and I couldn't believe it. And the next day at my new job, from the morning's meeting, it's all they could talk about.
Yeah.
Just that. And it was like, the shock hadn't really sunk in yet. And all that week,
Yeah.
every radio station was playing Michael Jackson.
I know,
Literally.
I know.
You couldn't not hear it.
Like, it was 2009. I think it was June.
25th of June.
Yeah. And I was in Chile.
Okay.
I was working at a university. I was taking the bus back, and a person sat next to me. He just like, hey, Michael Jackson's dead. And I was just like, what? What the hell is going on? And then so I got back to my flat and everything, and I was just like watching TV. And you're right, it was like everywhere. And I was remember watching BBC News. I was just like, I was like, shit, man. And then I had to put on Off the Wall. I put on Off the Wall.
Yeah, sad times, man.
Yeah, man. All right. Okay. So look, that was Anniversary Corner, ladies and gents, and thanks for bringing those up. Now let's move on to this week's film review. So
Extinction.
Deval, tell us about Extinction. Now you mentioned this last week, didn't you? You said that you were going to talk about this.
Yeah. So I'm going to give a sort of, I don't know, a rapido review.
Okay.
So I'm not going to go into any spoilers in this one. This is available on Netflix, so
Yeah.
it is widely available. So I would like the our audience to go and watch it and let us know what they think. But
Yeah.
it stars the versatile, I would say, Michael Pena.
Yeah.
And not Pena, Pena. You got the little thing on
I'm
the end.
I'm so glad you said
Don't
that.
you just hate when people say,
I'm so glad you said that, bro. Like, seriously.
yeah.
And you know what? When I read his name like written down, they don't have the Enya.
They don't?
No, they don't. They don't. A lot of places they don't, because they're like, and so when you read it, it's like Michael Pena.
Yeah. It's like, sometimes you just want to tell people, no, it's nya. It's like, like people want jalapenos. It's jalapenos.
Exactly.
But people are like, go to jalapenos on that pizza, please.
Exactly. Oh, bro, seriously. Yeah, I'm listening. You got me.
So
Go
yeah,
on.
we got you now. Yeah, okay.
Exactly.
So Michael Pena, he's basically, this film is about extinction and an extinction level event that is, or maybe isn't, about to hit America where he's based. And that's when I say extinction level event, I don't mean an earthquake, I mean alien invasion. Yeah, so there could be a threat of alien invasion coming to America to literally take over the world.
Yeah.
And it's about his character and him, I guess, at first trying to understand if this is the case, understand whether it's a dream or if it's something that's really going to happen. People are not believing him. People think he's maybe unwell, but only he has this feeling of an impending doom that is literally going to, change the world. Doesn't know how to communicate to people because he doesn't really know himself if it's true or not. Mm-hmm. And I think as us, the viewers, we're sort of, I guess, we're brought into that question: is it happening or is it not? And I'm not going to spoil if it does happen or not.
Okay.
It's best for you to experience that. But the reason I said Michael Pena is versatile, in almost everything I see him in, he plays something different.
Yeah.
He tends to look the same, but he
you're right.
he doesn't it.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen him with the same haircut in every film.
You're absolutely right. I remember him in this Mark Wahlberg film, The Shooter.
Oh yeah.
Was it The Shooter?
I think so. Yeah, he's like a sniper kind of guy, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. And then he looks exactly the same.
Yeah.
As he does in AntMan.
Have you seen End of Watch with Jake Gyllenhaal?
Oh,
they play two cops. Yeah,
That's a great film.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And was he in Crash? That way he first had his big role.
That was his big role,
Yeah.
and he plays against type.
Yeah.
People thinking, he's going to be kind of like this Latino gangster
gangbanger
type,
type,
gangbanger type.
yeah.
But no, he's a hardworking, honest human being.
Yeah. Exactly. So yeah, he's versatile and he shows his versatility in this. I mean, I just saw Ant-Man and Wasp, I think a day before I watched this. And that man was always like, "Hey man, so I saw this guy on the cat, man. I saw this guy on the wall, man. He looked really tall, man. I went to speak to him, and he said to me, "Yeah, man, I like your drink. That drink is really nice. You got to drink it like this, man." And he speaks really like crazy
fast,
in that manner.
exactly.
But in this, he's so opposite.
Oh, really?
He's
Like what? Like in the sense of like brooding?
No, he's just normal.
Right. Okay.
Like, normal as in just like, I was gonna say like me and you, but we're not
We're not
we're not
normal.
normal. But like a regular
Yeah.
pace, regular sort of intelligence, regular sort of guy. He's a family guy. He's got 2 daughters, got a wife. He's hardworking.
Yeah.
He works in the factory. His boss is actually Luke Cage, Mike Coulter.
Gosh. Okay. Right.
Yeah, he's got a beard this time though,
Yeah.
but that's the only difference. But yeah,
And all right, and just bringing it back to Luke Coulter, because we said about his acting could be a bit wooden.
same.
Is it the same?
Yeah, he's the
Okay.
same. He's the same. He sounds the same. He walks the same. He's just not got a hoodie
Oh,
on. But
shit.
yeah, I think
Okay.
that's just him. Yeah.
All right, okay.
A bit like how Keanu Reeves is like that.
Yeah,
but it's
yeah,
kind
yeah.
of endearing. It's like
Yeah.
that's just how he is.
That's
yeah.
how he is, yeah.
So yeah, he's. Sorry, Mike, if you're listening. Please don't come for me.
Yeah.
but
shit.
but yeah,
Okay.
so no, it's a good character,
Yeah.
and the premise is about this extinction level event.
Yeah.
It's worth watching.
All right.
It's worth seeing how this
Tell me a
plays
bit
out.
about. Tell me, because I'm interested in this shit. All right, I'm going geekified over here now. Tell me
Okay.
about the production value. Is it
Yeah.
like big budget? Can you see they spent the money on this?
Yes, you can. Yeah, they spent money in the right places.
Right. Okay.
I think it's key to say that, because sometimes when you think of sci-fis and aliens and so on, you think, are they going to show these cheap flying saucers, stuff
Yeah.
like that? But they really, I guess they spend it in the right place and they show you what you need to see.
Okay.
Yeah,
Good.
because
Good.
sometimes you can tell a story from either showing us or telling us.
Yeah.
And in some cases, they tell you rather than show you. So
Sure.
they may use someone describing something,
Yeah.
or they may use some sort of sound design or some sort of something audio based rather
Right.
than visual.
Okay. Now, just another question. Is it a drama with a bit of sci-fi in it, or is it sci-fi which happens to have this kind of character-driven bit in it as well?
I'll say it's what you first said.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So it's a drama with the sci-fi in the backdrop.
Yeah, kind of thing. Well, I don't want to say yes too much to what you to the last bit in the background, because it's there.
Yeah.
But your main focus and your main I guess energy and what you're concerned about is the characters,
Right,
first and
okay.
foremost.
All right, yeah.
That's what pulls you in. That's what that's what it should be.
Yeah.
I think anything to do with sci-fi or horror or anything like that, you should be concerned with the characters first of all.
Yeah.
Before all the rest of it. The rest of it's just the icing on the cake and
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff. But the engine needs to be the characters that drives the vehicle. That sounded kind of good,
I like,
that sounded
that's
kinda
good. The engine that drives the vehicle, that's brilliant. All right, and what about, leading man status for Michael Pena? Is it?
He's got it, man. He's got it.
Has he got it?
Yeah, he's got it.
He
Yeah,
can
yeah,
deliver,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, obviously, this isn't like a cinema release, or
No.
maybe the budget isn't as big as as other films could be. So I don't know if as yet he's on that sort of Tom Cruise level, kind of here's my own film type vibe.
Sure.
But I think for the right film, he can definitely lead.
Yeah.
For sure. And I think for many of the bigger films, he can definitely support.
Yeah.
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 But I just think it has to be the right project for
It's
him.
got to be the right project.
Yeah,
Okay. Well,
yeah.
I'm glad that Netflix or Hollywood or the TV studios, they are making these types of films.
Yeah, yeah. I
So-
can see him actually more lead on a comedic type film
Right.
than a more serious type. It depends actually on the script and so on. But because AntMan's reached a lot of people more than this would.
Yeah.
And people probably now see him more as a funny guy. So if there were to be like a funny guy type film,
Yeah.
I think he'll have more chance of leading that for the masses and getting that,
Yeah.
that star.
So do you think
Cool.
people will see this one based on the fact that they just saw him in
I
Ant-Man?
reckon so, yeah. I
Okay.
reckon so.
So that's
But then-
good.
But then they'll see a different performance, which is still good.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, brilliant. Well, listen, keeping it with kind of the film reviews, one film that I kind of keeping it with the Netflix, there's a film that I saw recently I just want to quickly review. I'm not sure if you've heard of this. It's a Netflix exclusive. It's called Set It Up,
No.
and not a lot of people have, but it's got 93% on Rotten Tomato.
Is that because only one person saw it and reviewed it?
It's got 93% on Rotten Tomato, right? And it stars Lucy Liu
Okay.
and what was his name again? Taye Diggs.
Oh yeah. Okay.
All right. So, what are you like with your romantic films?
I've seen a few, but I don't usually run to them.
Listen, you won't go out of your way, right, to
No.
kind of watch it. All right. So, listen, I didn't go out
I'm
of
single
my.
for a reason here.
Ladies and gents, anyone out there?
Yeah.
Any takers? Listen, hit the Flicksters up.
Oh gosh, actually, you're pimping me out there. Thank you.
No, but listen, look, I didn't go out of my way to kind of hunt this film down, but I read about it, and then when you're flicking through Netflix,
Yeah.
and these suggestions that come up, and then I thought, right, okay, so I'm sitting at home a couple of days ago. I thought, I've got an hour and a half to spare. Let me watch this film. It's got loads of good reviews on it. It's called Set It Up, Netflix exclusive. Taye Diggs, Lucy Liu, who play these two high-strung, highly motivated, ridiculous version of bosses. So they're super mean. They are so demanding, and in a world where I suppose you probably would get a version of these types of people, but no one would take shit from these types of bosses. However, you've got two characters who are the assistants who do take all the shit from them. So can you imagine the Devil Wears Prada?
Yeah.
Anne Hathaway and
what's her name? You know her name, Meryl Streep.
Meryl Streep.
Yeah.
So that kind of a relationship where she's always dishing out the dirt, and then you got this assistant who kind of wants to be there to kind of get ahead in life, and will take that shit. So you got these two people. And what these two assistants realize is they work on different floors in the same building, and they think, you know what? Let's work together and let's try and get our bosses hooked up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So in that way, not only will they be happy, but then they will have a better relationship with their assistants, and they can become more successful. And the premise, right, sounds so corny. It sounds so cheesy. And you know what? I thought to myself, I'm not going to enjoy this film. But as I was watching this, I found myself actually enjoying this cheesy film on Netflix. And I'm like, why am I liking this film? Is it the music, which, there's a good range of music in there? Is it the acting, which, okay, it's not, great acting, but I just kind of felt really, really kind of interested in this story and about how these two lead characters played by, let me see. So Zoe Deutsch.
No.
Glenn Powell. Do you remember Glenn Powell?
No.
He was in The Dark Knight Rises.
Okay.
You don't
No,
remember, do you?
no.
Exactly. Where was he in Dark Knight Rises? I mean,
Maybe he was one of those cops in the
yeah.
under the ground. You know when they were underground for like 3 months and none of them grew beards or anything.
Basically, do you remember that?
Yeah.
What were they doing under there for
come on.
months? Come on, man. Just like seriously, right? Okay, so look. These are small time, and this sounds so bad. When I say small time, I mean, all right, they haven't had like any big breaks, but I think
Up
this
and
is
comings.
up and coming, right? So two actors up and coming, but Lucy Liu, we know her.
Yeah.
She's done big films.
Yeah.
She directed bloody Luke Cage.
Yeah, she did. Yeah.
Taye Diggs, I haven't seen him in anything major, but this is probably this is a big role that he's done. So whilst I was watching this movie, I found myself liking it. I've seen this story 1,000 times before. You know that whilst these two assistants are trying to hook up the bosses up, these two are going to fall in love, and they do end up falling in love. And come on, you can see the storyline coming from a mile away. But the way it's executed, and it is funny, and the characters are so believable, you kind of give it a pass.
Okay.
You say to yourself, you know what, I'm going to let that slide, because I liked you guys and I'm interested in your love story, and if only life was so kind of like great like this,
yeah.
we'd all be falling in love and we'd all be kind of like have these amazing jobs and whatnot. So it's not realistic, but the characters are believable, and it makes you want to kind of see it and see the film through. And Taye Diggs I haven't seen him in a role like this before, because he's pretty nasty.
Okay.
Yeah, he plays a horrible boss basically.
Yeah.
And Lucy Liu plays like horrible boss as well. So it's interesting seeing those two guys play those roles. So if you're looking, if you want to devour like Netflix and chill,
Yeah.
if you want to kind of like, maybe this is the film that you could put on a date
Okay.
night.
This is the one,
with
yeah?
their significant other.
Okay.
And, you know, maybe you can dim the lights down a bit. And it's called Set It Up.
Set it up. Okay.
And it's Netflix
Okay.
exclusive. So, yeah. So that's my
Nice
review
one.
for the
Cool.
week. All right. So now
Hidden gems.
it's time
now.
for Hidden
so,
Gems.
Yes. So as this week it has been, the weather's been good. Been a bit more rain over the past couple of weeks, I would say.
Yep.
So it has actually helped the hidden gem garden to flourish. And I found a few more. Found a few gems that I hadn't seen in a while. Thought,
Yeah.
this is blossoming nicely. Let me pluck these out.
Yeah.
Bring them into the show and talk about them.
What have you got?
So, Boyhood, released in 2014, but this is a big but. This is starring Ethan Hawke and Patricia Arquette. So it was released in 2014, but they began filming in 2002. So it took 12 years to make this. That is 12 years, isn't it?
Yeah.
So 12 years in the making. Yeah. This is a modern masterpiece.
It is.
Just if you're looking at the process of filmmaking. Yeah. So this film is about family. The film premise isn't anything that hasn't been done before.
Yeah.
It's not, there's no explosions, special effects. There isn't anything major. It's about family. It's about the connection. It's about life. It's just so simple, but it's spanning the life of a boy.
Yeah.
12 years in the making of him turning from a young boy into sort of a university type age, and just sort of spans his life.
Yeah.
And it does it really, really well. But the main thing is that all the actors, it's 12 years of their life.
I know.
So, I mean, it was the direction style was that they would film a piece of the film every year
Wow.
to get the accurate sort of aging process correct. So they all committed over a 12-year period to film bits and bobs over that 12 years. That's crazy.
amazing.
That's commitment.
That's
commitment.
amazing.
That's crazy. So you see them age in real time.
Yeah,
There's not no
yeah.
prosthetics here, not no Marvel aging, technology.
Yeah.
It's real time. And in between that, they've all got their own projects they're going away and doing.
Yeah.
The daughter is the director's real daughter, by the way.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's crazy. I mean,
It is.
When have you heard this happen before?
I know.
Never.
I was taking a flight somewhere. I can't remember where I was flying to, and this was the film that they had on on the plane.
Okay.
And I'd read so much about it that it was filmed over this long period, and I hadn't heard of that happening. Have you heard of that
Never.
before?
Obviously, films can take a while to
Yeah.
do, but 12 years, and it wasn't just like, damn, okay, so we've run out of budget, or this person's injured, we have to continue next time. This was how it was
The
meant to
plan.
be. Yeah, so Richard Linklater
Yeah.
is the director's name and writer as well.
Yeah.
And he set this out he had this planned out from years before, saying that he wanted to do something that shows real time life, progressing.
Yeah.
And done it. And he mentioned that it was really hard to get funding for this because it was something that just hadn't been done before.
Sure.
People were like, it's going to take this long to do it.
Yeah.
So when are we going to get our money back? It's hard to get funding if you tell someone
Yeah.
you're not going to get a return until 12 years time or
Yeah.
13 years time.
Yeah.
Come on. So he had to pull his resources and get bits
Yeah.
of money from different people, and it was just
I think he also put his own money in it, and I think Ethan Hawke put some money in it as well. But I mean, you're right about it being like filmmaking masterpiece. Like to get people on board, to get these people to say, right, okay, look, can you invest in a 12-year project?
Yeah.
A little bit of filming here, a bit of filming there, and by the end of it, we're going to have this kind of linear story. And whilst I was watching this film on this plane, right, I was so engrossed. I was so captivated by it, by this little kid that we see from a young age who grows up into this, like you said, university student, and this journey that he goes through. And literally, I was going on a journey. I was flying from A to B, right?
Yeah.
And this kid is going from A to...
yeah.
Like, and I was so impressed. And I thought to myself, after watching that film, I was like, fuck, like, you know what, I could watch this film over and over and over again.
Exactly.
It's so beautiful, and I'm so glad you brought it up as a hidden gem. I wonder how many people out there have seen Boyhood.
I don't think many. And just a bit of trivia about the main boy, who they sort of followed over the 12-year period. I think at the start, obviously, that's something he wanted to do, acting. That's the only thing he's done.
Oh, really?
People change. So at the start, he probably wanted to, or his parents pushed him towards acting. Because even I think during the film, like, obviously, I don't know, his acting isn't that great.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah.
obviously, he over time probably he's coming on set. He's done nothing in between.
Yeah.
This is the only thing he has to his name.
Wow.
So it goes to show that from the start, maybe he was into acting, or his parents wanted him to be into acting. But over the years, he probably lost interest. But he was contractually obliged to do it.
Yeah.
So he hadn't been in anything else. So coming to do something once a year for a month, he's got no other acting skills, so he wasn't getting any better as an actor. If you go on IMDb, you'll see this is his only movie credit.
It's a shame,
and it's taken 12 years. So he's probably doing something else now, totally different. So it's interesting that
it is.
The way you might start your life isn't the way it may end, which happens to a lot of people.
And famously, Patricia Arquette, she won the Oscar for best supporting actress for this.
Oh, did she for this? Oh, there you go. Okay.
And I'm not sure if you remember, her speech was kind of really powerful, really, where she got up on stage and she said, look, you know what, women in the industry, we need to kind of, rise up, and we need to kind of get these roles, and we need to have a voice together.
Yeah.
And then I'm not sure if you remember, then it was, because this was, what year was this again? Yeah, this is 2014. And then after that, there was that whole wave of kind of like, we need to see more roles for women and become powerful. And, I just thought, it was great. It was really great performances for everyone, and the kid in there, the boy, was really good.
Exactly. But it's good to see something came from it, an Oscar. So that's really good. 12 years work.
Wow. All right. So that was Boyhood. And what do we have here? Love. Now,
Love.
What is this?
What is love?
Baby, don't hurt me.
Don't That actually sounded painful. Like, literally, you were in pain. You were in more pain than Ghost, because I didn't see Ghost in any pain. Even though she said, "Oh, it's ripping my cells."
Yeah,
she wasn't in pain once. She'd go to bed.
Listen, is she going to come back?
I reckon she might come back. We might see her help out, because I don't know if she got hit by the snatcher. Because if she can phase, I know she wasn't fully healed, but she might still have phasing powers. But if the snatcher happened, if she's in between realms, she might not have been in the snap. Who knows? She might be an ally. Yeah, because they did help her out, so I reckon she's got to pay him back.
At least give something back.
Yeah, I reckon they'll pay that off.
Yeah.
She ain't gone, because the way it ended, she's a friend now.
She's good.
Yeah, exactly.
And remember Lawrence, he says, okay, I'll stick with you.
Exactly.
All right.
I reckon he liked her.
Yeah, he did. He fancied her, didn't he?
Innit?
God, Lawrence. And what about? Yeah. All right. Okay. We'll
so
come
Love.
back to that one.
So
All right,
Love.
okay.
2015.
Yeah.
This is a hidden gem. No one I know has seen this film.
I've not.
Nobody has seen this film. So, Love is not a romantic story.
Oh shit!
Love, yeah.
Is this depressing?
Gosh. No, it's not.
Oh, okay.
When I saw this film, I thought, okay, what's love? Let's watch it and see what happens.
Yeah.
Okay, so the film starts off, with two people in a bed. Making love.
Yeah.
Having sex, more than making
Yeah.
love. It is the most graphic scene you're ever going to see in your life.
Oh really?
The film starts off this way.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're both naked, starkers.
Yeah.
You're seeing willies, you're seeing fannies, you're seeing tits, you see everything. Yeah. Okay. So this basically they're having sex.
Yeah.
And then she's giving him oral sex as well.
Yeah.
And then he ejaculates up to the camera. So the camera is like on the ceiling. So the whole time the camera's on the ceiling, looking down on their bed.
Yeah.
So you're seeing everything from bird's eye view.
Yeah.
And after they finish, he ejaculates and the semen goes up almost into the camera. So almost like it kind of looks a bit 3D. I don't know if it's a special effects or what.
Yeah,
but it looks
it's like a fountain. That
it goes up and,
Yeah.
and then that's it. It finishes, but
Yeah.
that's how the film starts.
Wow,
That's the first thing you see.
wicked. Okay,
So this film is above erotic. It's almost like porn, but it's not. It's a
Really?
film. Yeah.
Okay.
It's got an 18. It's about a couple who explore their sexuality. They're really sexual. They're based in London or France. They move around quite a lot, so I can't
Yeah.
keep up. But I think they're in France at one stage,
Yeah.
and they have a neighbour who is quite nice, you know, the young lady,
yeah,
and they want to explore that. So they invite her into their relationship,
yeah.
and they just start doing their thing
Right,
all the
threesome.
time. Yeah, it's like really graphic, literally. And also, this film is one of the films. There are a few films in history, but this film that they do have real sex.
Oh,
It's real sex, like real
shit.
penetrative sex. It's
Yeah.
real. You see it.
Okay.
You don't see it in the same way you would a porno, but you kind of do see it. The way they film it,
Yeah.
But they're having sex. Like there's no, and when she's giving oral sex and stuff like that, everything is real.
Oh my gosh.
Everything is real. The male actor has previously worked in porno films.
Right. Okay.
And then he's done sort of regular films, and the lady has done regular films as well. And from what I understand, the making of this film, before they started to shoot, they didn't have to, but they got close so
Right.
that when it came down to filming, it wouldn't be, you know,
like fake.
yeah, it wouldn't be fake or anything. So they got close before,
Yeah.
and then when filming rolled, they were already naturally
Like.
in the flow of things.
Yeah.
So they were just getting used to each other, you know. So yeah, there's quite a few sex scenes that happen in the house, in public places, and
Yeah.
all sorts. And obviously, once they invite this third wheel, things
Yeah.
start off okay,
Yeah.
and then things happen.
Oh, what the man, he starts liking the other.
Yeah, because they've got an agreement. Okay, so they can do this whole swinger thing, but
Yeah.
they've both got to know about it. But his girlfriend goes away on business or something, so he's home alone, and he sees the neighbor,
And he's like,
and they start doing things, and they get
bit
closer.
nookie, yeah.
They get closer, and then he leaves his ex for her, and it's crazy. But
so
yeah.
what? He just moves next door.
No, they move away. It's weird. And this film starts. The timeline isn't linear. It
Yeah.
sort of goes back and forth a bit sometimes. So
Yeah.
it's quite clever in that. But it's just the whole relationship vibe and the sexual encounters. It's really, really graphic.
Really?
Literally,
Wow.
you see so much.
Shit, man.
You see so much.
Better
It's
go home and get this film now.
Yeah, it's bordering on porn.
Really?
It's almost like artistic porn.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Because there is a
yeah.
story, there is narrative.
And you
but-
said it's a French film, right?
no,
Oh.
is he American? He's American, I think. And the actress, I don't know where she's from. She might be I think she might be either from France or Belgium, but
Right, okay.
she speaks English.
Yeah.
And then the setting is quite European,
Okay.
so either France or in Belgium, something like that. But it's I couldn't believe it when I saw this film. I couldn't believe it.
I can't believe it
I
when I'm
couldn't
listening to
believe
it.
when I saw this film. I thought,
Yeah.
what the heck? Have I just the first scene is that
It's just like
you
splash.
like you see everything. It's crazy.
So what? All right. What did you take away from the film? Apart from a hard on. Oh, shit. Sorry.
No, you're spot on. Actually, you're spot on.
Oh shit.
Oh my gosh!
gosh.
I don't know. I just realised that cinema is much more than meets the eye. You could come across
Absolutely.
anything, and the title
Yeah.
doesn't tell you everything.
Because you think love,
Exactly.
like romance, and
No,
this
there's much
feeling
more.
of love,
Yeah,
and
yeah. There's much more than meets the eye. This
Yeah.
film is deep.
okay, right, yeah, I bet it is. All right, okay, so wow, so that's Love,
Okay.
and that's
And then-
2015.
Yep. And then the next film I got here is IP Man or It Man. And why are you laughing?
IP Man.
What, is it supposed to be It Man?
It just makes me laugh. Ivy, man.
It's an I and a P, isn't it? I don't know.
Yeah, but if you didn't know, how would you say
exactly,
it? Like, you know. All right. So Ip Man. Who's in this one?
Donnie Yen. Donnie Yen stars as Ip Man, and he's a kung fu legend. I mean, not legend has it. It's a fact that Bruce Lee actually learned from Ip Man.
Yeah, he learned Wing Chun from Ip Man. But just remind me again, where have we seen Donnie Yen before?
Donnie Yen we've seen, I think, quite recently in Star Wars, Rogue. I was going to say Rogue Nation, Rogue One.
Rogue One.
Yeah, he's been in quite a lot of films as well. He's a very well respected. He was actually in Blade 2, wasn't he?
He was one of the vampires.
One of the vampires in Blade 2. Yeah. So yeah, he's done really well.
He's good.
Donnie Yen is good. I do like him.
I do like him as well.
And the
50
karate,
years old.
Is he 50?
He's about 50. Yeah.
The karate, was he the one that recently was in that photo and he looked quite unwell? He's got some sort of
no, you know who that was? Marcel sent that picture. It was
Jet Li. I get him mixed up. Yeah, Jet Li. Sorry, yeah. But so Donnie Yen, Ip Man, the karate. There's a scene in Ip Man where he's in a dojo and the enemy gets these fighters in the dojo to surround him. Yeah. This scene is about 2 minutes long. It's got some of the best karate you're ever going to see. Some of the best karate.
I love the way he says in karate.
Well, how are you supposed to say it?
No, but it just makes me laugh. Just karate. Oh, shit. Good. Karate. Good.
Well, yeah, so the fight, it's
the way he
takes
dispatches
them down. The punches, there's one that he breaks the guy's leg and
I've never seen what other film have you seen
I'm going to put some of this on our YouTube or Facebook.
Yeah.
I'm going to put it on because
there's got to be that on YouTube.
I'll find the clip. I'll put it on there.
I remember there's a bit in the film where he grabs someone's arm, right, and he twists it, and the elbow breaks a bit, and I was just like, this is amazing.
And there's one bit where he punches the guy about 100 times. This goes about 100 times he punches this guy, and this guy just is mad. But yeah, so the whole film's good. I mean, the film. The backdrop of the film is I think Japanese occupation of China back in the I think World War I or II or something like that. Yeah, and obviously conflict there and just a lot of craziness happening at that time. And he's trying to protect his people. Yeah. So there's a lot of serious tones to the film, but underneath that, just don't f with Donnie Yen, man. Ip Man. He's a gangster.
And there's if you go online, you'll see like real pictures of Ip Man and Bruce Lee together.
I think the end credits, you see it in end credits actually.
When the kid, when he comes in and Now I haven't seen the second and the third part.
Okay, I've seen them all.
Yeah. So
I've got them all if you want them.
So does I think they're on Netflix.
Okay.
Yeah. So does the second one? How does it expand the story?
The second one. Oh, that's a good question. I saw it quite a while ago. I can't remember the story. I remember the fights.
Yeah. That's what you're watching for, isn't it? Yeah.
But the story again, I think is similar from what I can remember.
A lot of the same, right?
Yeah, I think this one I can't remember. I'd be lying if I just made something up.
But there's one thing that you mentioned to me. You said in part 3.
Oh my gosh, part 3. I went cinema for part 3.
It was in cinema.
Yeah.
Oh,
I went cinema.
I don't remember Ip Man being cinema.
I went to the cinema. No, I don't know about that one. That was okay. That was 2008, so I don't remember. But part 3, I think it was in a cinema for one reason. Yeah. Because Iron Mike Tyson was in it. This scene.
It just makes me laugh.
I saw that scene in the trailer. I was like, yep, I'm going cinema for this. I went there cinema by myself on my Jack Jones. Yeah. Sat there and watched it. Yeah. There's a fight scene in Ip Man 3.
But between Ip Man and
Tyson.
Oh,
this fight is almost like Street Fight. I'm watching Balrog versus Fei Long. Balrog and Fei Long. The fight is so cheesy and like some of the moves that happen. Yeah. And Tyson is just like, it's in a factory, and I think it's in someone's office or something. But just Tyson's like the way he punches and the way he even there's a bit of a voiceover as well, because I don't think Tyson was speaking properly or something. So there's a bit
they dubbed his voice
a little bit. Yeah,
well,
it's his voice, but it's just you can tell it's not native to the what you're seeing. And no, you know what? There's a bit. I think the main dubbing bit, there's a bit where I think he speaks Chinese or something, and it just doesn't come across that well.
I gotta watch it.
Yeah,
I gotta
it's
watch
crazy.
it.
And that fight, the film is worth watching that fight alone. But
Yeah.
there's other fights in the film
Yeah.
that are really like a bit Crouching Tiger-y.
Okay.
There's a bit where he fights this. He fights a few leaders because everyone's trying to
Yeah.
take some sort of stake in some land or something, and he's got to challenge them all.
Yeah.
So they're all in this big room. Imagine you go to a wedding and you're going to like the dinner part.
Yeah.
And you know, you're in a big room, you've got these different tables.
Yeah.
So on these different tables there's leaders.
Yeah.
And when they challenge him, they have to stand on the table and fight. And if you
On
get
table.
on the table, and if you get kicked off the table, then you're out. So they're both fighting on different tables, and it's like the physics behind it just doesn't add up. Like he'll be kicked, yeah, and he'll have one foot on the edge of the table,
Yeah.
and he's leaning back, but somehow he's still on the table. Physics ain't right.
I love
Physics like Crouching Tiger.
Yeah,
The
like
physics
Crouching
ain't
Tiger.
right, but it's artistic. That's how it is.
Well, see, this is it. Like a lot of people were the way I got into martial arts films was via like Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan, and they didn't have any of the wire stuff.
Yeah.
And then the whole kind of Hidden Tiger, Crouching Tiger stuff came in
Yeah.
through, and then it kind of all changed, and
Yeah.
then you had the Matrix, which was kind of a bit go back to old school.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, do we need the wire stuff when we've already had like, you know, Jackie Chan do all this sort of stuff? But I mean, it sounds brilliant. It sounds funny. It sounds like a good laugh.
It's worth a watch. Definitely.
All right. Okay. Brilliant.
The last one, the Cleveland abduction.
Yes.
So the
What
Cleveland
is
abduction
this?
is based on a true story, actually. And it is about an abduction that happened in Cleveland.
Okay.
So cast your mind back. If I said to you, Ariel Castro,
Ariel Castro.
what does that name mean to you?
Castro. If I think Castro, but no, I don't know. Castro, I'm thinking like Fidel Castro.
Okay, you're on the right track. But a few years ago, a story arose in America of a well, she was a girl then, but a lady who was abducted by a man by the name of Ariel Castro. He abducted her and had her in his basement for, I think it was 14 years or something like that.
Oh,
Yeah, this is America.
this is it. Yep.
Yeah,
yep,
so similar
yep,
to
yep.
the guy in Austria. There's one.
Fritzl.
Yeah, similar to that, but this is in America, and
Yeah.
he had her for I think 12 years or so.
And then he
He he had sex with her
Yeah,
or
yeah,
raped her,
yeah,
I should
yeah,
say
raped-
actually.
yeah.
And yeah, all kinds of crazy.
Shit,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's just
yeah.
crazy. But he had her in the house in the basement.
Yeah.
all that time, and it's just crazy. I mean, this film came out in.
And then she had children, didn't she?
Yeah, she did. Yeah,
She had children, yeah.
11 years it was. Sorry, not 12. 11
Okay.
years. But yeah, so this came out in 2015.
Right.
And I watched it. Very sad film.
Yeah.
But again, it's a true story, and it's
Yeah.
what has literally happened more often than I can even believe.
No,
It's-
I know. It's
Once is crazy enough, but this happens quite often. And
Yeah.
it's like mad. You can think someone can be down there for so long.
yeah.
And I think sometimes they develop Stockholm syndrome, and
yeah.
sometimes they have a chance to escape, but they're so scared. It's crazy. But it does star Taryn Manning, who is in Orange is the New Black.
Right. Okay.
She's in that. Also, we mentioned Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
And we mentioned Breaking Bad earlier. Remember Tuco?
What?
Tuco, Breaking Bad.
Yes.
The sort of the Latino
the
kind of gangster guy.
the cartel
He
thing.
stars as Ariel Castro.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, he stars as that, and he does a good role actually.
Oh,
he does a
really?
really yeah.
So, does the film explain why he does what he does,
Yes.
and
yeah.
why he abducted the
Yes,
girl?
it does. Yeah, it does explain it. He's mad,
Yeah.
but it sort of gives a bit of a backdrop as to why he's mad and why he feels that he's doing the right thing,
Right.
and it's still not justified. You know, he wants someone there. He likes her. He loves her, and
Yeah.
he wants a family, and he thinks he's looking after her, and
Sure.
it's just he's mad. He's got a bit of a I don't know, deficiency in his
Right.
brain, or
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, yeah.
his family dynamics. He has people visit. He's got family visiting.
And obviously they don't know that.
They don't know what's going on down
Yeah.
there. No, it's crazy. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just it's a sad film. And when you see, obviously, we know obviously she did escape and so on, but even the actress that was not the actress, sorry, the real person that was abducted.
Yeah.
She had difficulties
Watching the film.
Yeah, watching the film and also
Yeah.
meeting the actor who played Ariel Castro because he'd done such a good job. She couldn't do it.
She couldn't do it,
Took a
yeah.
while before she could.
Yeah.
And it's reported that now they're friends now,
Right,
but at the
okay.
time she couldn't even look at him. And Tuco, who played Ariel Castro,
Yeah.
when he received the script for the film, he felt it was a quite a powerful part, even though he was going to be a villain.
Yeah.
But his wife said, "Don't do it.
Oh,
Don't do
really?
it. Yeah, don't do it. You can't do it. That person's sick.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. I don't want you to do it."
Yeah.
After some time, he sort of told her, what it's about and why he wants to do it and stuff. And
Yeah.
she came round, but I think
It's dark, isn't it?
Yeah,
It-
because of obviously also
The subject
coming
matter.
from a woman as well, and imagining what it's like being down there, being raped over years,
Yeah.
and being forced to bear someone's child. She's probably seen it from a different point of view,
Sure.
and it's just it's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
oh man.
I think he's the person that committed suicide as well while he was in custody. So he never got the full force of the law. He committed suicide.
So, and some would say he got the easy way out.
Some would say, yeah. So I think people like that sometimes, how some societies have they stone people to death, or
Yeah,
they,
yeah.
they take law into their own hands, and
Yeah.
sometimes you think, oh, that's really bad. But then there's some people in this world that you think, you know what, that's probably the right thing for you.
Deserve-
Yeah.
And the thing is, right, with people like that, when they go into prison, they get it the worst.
Oh yeah, the
So-
prisoners. There's like a hierarchy in prison.
So I think,
Yeah, he
the,
knew.
the coward, he probably
Yeah.
thought, right, listen,
Yeah.
if I'm going prison, I'm not going to come out, so I
Yeah.
might as well just do it like myself. But that's bad. Like,
And the guards will turn a blind eye.
Yeah,
if they know
yeah.
if you're like a kiddie fiddler
Yeah,
or
yeah, totally.
something
Like
low on the
rapist and,
scale, the guards will just turn a blind eye and be like, just make sure he
Just-
doesn't die
Yeah.
or something, and walk away.
yeah, totally. So it's that unsaid rule.
Yeah,
Shit, man, that is like,
it's
yeah.
worth a watch. The Cleveland abduction.
Cleveland abduction.
It's worth
yeah,
a watch. I mean,
definitely.
I didn't know much about it before I watched it. When I watched it, I did some research afterwards, and
Yeah.
they're quite accurate in the way they depict it.
Because that Fritzl story was all over the news here in England.
Yeah, exactly.
And that was must have been about what, 10 years ago, was it? Or no,
Even
maybe
less than that, I think. Less than that. Yeah, less than that. Yeah. Crazy.
Shocking, man.
Yeah.
Shocking. This shit goes on. All right. Well, thanks for those ones, Deval.
You're welcome.
Some great ones. Yeah.
I'll water my garden for next week, and
Yeah.
I've got a few. I've got one in mind already. I just couldn't do it for today, but
Okay.
I've got a good one for next week. That
Yeah.
I've been waiting to
unleash.
Pluck. Yeah, to unleash.
All right. Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for downloading another episode of The Flicksters. Please keep it locked in on us and download us next week. We'll have the latest film reviews, and we'll have the latest hidden gems and all that sort of stuff for you. And remember, as an extra for you, if you,
Subscribe.
that's it. That's what I was waiting for.
If you subscribe and you make a comment or any suggestions or just get in contact, we will send you a free cinema code to watch a movie of your choice. Just be sure to put the number 13 next to your comment to unlock the prize.
Thank you. And that wasn't creepy, by the way.
It felt it. Thanks, guys. Peace out. See you next time.